Well, now across the U.S., the number of married couples where the wife is the main breadwinner is 4 times greater than it was just 4 decades ago, and it keeps on going up.
Whoa. Interesting stats. Here to tell us how that is affecting couples and what women can do to protect both their finances and their relationship is author of When She Makes More, personal finance expert and busy mom-to-be, Farnoosh Torabi. Did I get it right?
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Good morning.
So wait a minute. These stats that we just shared, more and more women becoming the primary or a lot more as far as money goes, right?
And we want to celebrate this. I am in this position. I make more in my marriage. But I had a lot of questions, and I've been covering the personal finance field for over 10 years. This was the first time where I found myself and others facing some serious conundrums, because what we found is that when she makes more, there's more divorce, more infidelity. She can feel like she's doing it all and begin to feel resentful of him. He can feel emasculated.
Right, but you say that there is no way around it. Female breadwinners have to face the fact that pretty much there's no chance to have it all. I mean, there have to be some trade-offs.
For everyone, really.
Right.
I think what I find is that when she makes more, the stress levels really increase. She's bringing home the bacon, and then she's still taking on this double shift coming home, trying to be at the forefront of all of the other tasks, like being mom, being wife, being good to herself. And that's important, but I think the quote of having it all is sort of unrealistic, literally. I try to talk about making it work in the book, and that done sometimes is better than perfect.
Well, wait a minute. You're talking about but making more. Doesn't the extra money help alleviate or allay some of those stresses?
Well, you would think. It can in some ways and it can't in others. I mean, in some ways, yes, having more money provides you with more resources, but it also, money has always been a source of contention in relationships. I think when she makes more, the assumption is that, oh, well, her husband's also working and bringing in a good income. He may not be working.
Right.
And so it's very specific to every family.
Well, you have some rules in the book. If we could go over those, and if you could walk us through some of them. Okay, so you say, number one, level the financial playing field.
Very, very important. So it's not about just the money. Sometimes it's about the emotion. And remember, men, generally speaking, they're conditioned socially to provide in a relationship, and often that's meant financial. So if his income is not as significant, he may feel left out. He may feel like, what's my purpose? So you have a couple things to tackle here. You want to address the financial reality of paying your bills and saving for money, but also recognize that his money is significant. So what I talk about is level the financial playing field. Her money, which might be a little bit bigger, could go to day-to-day stuff, kind of keep the lights on, put the food on the table. His money still has meaning. Attach it to big goals like a savings account or a 401k or the next car you're going to buy, so he can go and reflect on that and say, I actually afforded that big purchase for our family.
You say you have to watch your man herd.
Yes. This chapter in the book, it's called Cater to the Male Brain. And really, to embrace this chapter, you got to believe two things. That there is a difference in gender and how we interpret and how we like to be communicated to and our innate needs. And that relationships are important. So in this chapter, I'm teaching women how men can better step up to help you ultimately alleviate some of your stress. So it's not about just asking your guy for help. You need to make him accountable. Again, he wants to be your hero. He wants to provide for you. So it's not just help me with the last minute thing that I forgot to do, but rather we're going to repurpose ourselves in this relationship. I bring home the bacon. You could, what would you like to do? Maybe it's be the caretaker or manage the finances or manage the domain of food.
But giving him the responsibility.
The whole responsibility.
So that's what you mean by redefining your purpose in the relationship. And so then can you actually get back on the same path if you've already reached a crossroads in the relationship?
You can. It's going to require a lot of communication, a lot of owning up to your emotions, which a lot of us don't do. We're afraid to admit that maybe I'm feeling a little emasculated, maybe I'm feeling a little resentful. You got to own up to that and just put it out there. And we talk about, redefining your purpose, and that can change. This is good advice for every couple, because we stick to these vows that we gave each other on our wedding day. Life changes, circumstances change.
Maybe if you're a baby,
you might have a baby, and if you're not the breadwinner today, you could be tomorrow. So you got to be flexible. And the couples that thrive most when she makes more are the ones who don't hold on to these stereotypical gender roles.
You have to adapt.
You have to adapt.
Well, yeah, you talk about adapting, but also finally you talk about compartmentalizing work and home.
Very important for women. Men do this pretty well. Work is work and home life is home life. I think that when she makes more in her marriage, that doesn't necessarily mean she's making more than the guy next to her in the cubicle at work. You know, we still have the gender pay gap at work. So how does she secure her income? That's so important to her family. You got to compartmentalize work and home. I talk all about that in the book.
This book is fantastic, and let me tell you something. If you have a couple that is about to get married, even if she's not making more, I think there are a lot of really great tips for relationships that are very helpful. So thank you so much.
My
and
pleasure.
all the best too.
Thank you.
Farnoosh Torabi. Did I get it right again?
Perfect.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on the couch, and you can join Farnoosh at her book party tomorrow night at 5:30 at Henry Bendel.
Oh, fun. What a cute party.
On
That'd be
5th
great.
Avenue.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Tickets are $35, and you can buy them from the store's website. So thanks a lot, Ken.
My pleasure. Happy week. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
And best of luck to you and
Thank
baby.
you.